Is that a trick question? This man was a bona fide scrub. Bona fide scrub.
This dude, I believe he's a bona fide superstar right now.
Right. Oh, well, of course, it's all about winning, baby.
Alrighty, I want to get a little bit negative for a second. I don't like doing it, but I think we've got to bring it up because, to me, preseason action, I take a bit more stock in it now than maybe what I used to, because I look at it and think, yes, coaches might be trying out different schemes, different game plans, different plays, stuff like this that can affect how well the team plays. I understand that on the offensive and defensive end, these things can happen. What I don't understand is these guys are elite athletes. They're clearly that competitive in order to get to the position they're in. And I just don't understand how sometimes these players or these teams, and I'm directly going to talk about the Lakers, are losing these games when their star players are playing half an hour. Is it the fact that AD, Russ, and LeBron just don't care about the preseason? Or is it a coaching thing? What is it? Because to say that they don't care about it, I just think is letting them off the hook. Because they should care, because they're at a stage where they've got themselves the superstars of the NBA. They're clearly competitive people. You said last episode how Russell Westbrook, every time he goes on the floor, the beauty of Russell Westbrook is the fact he plays at such an intense level for basically every second of a basketball game. So after our last episode on Tuesday night, Australian time, I had Wednesday off and I was watching my Warriors play against the Lakers. And the Warriors were without Steph Curry, without Draymond Green, which right now with Clay out are the two best players on the Warriors. And Jordan Poole's a very close third. No offense, Jordan, but you have been quite good. But actually, I would just want to say something. Jordan Poole's now into $12, second favourite on Sportsbet for most improved. So
50
from 51 in the space of 2 weeks. It's
weeks?
Quite incredible. But so the Lakers have Davis, Westbrook, LeBron all playing 26-plus minutes. The Warriors starting lineup is Jordan Poole. He's been very good. Damian Lee, Andrew Wiggins, Juan Toscano Anderson, and Kevon Looney, with Andre Iguodala coming off the bench, Moses Moody, the rookie, Otto Porter, who's been pretty good, Chris Chiozza, who's the backup point guard, Bielitsa, Gary Payton II, Jordan Bell, Avery Bradley, Michael Mulder, and the Warriors won by 12 against the Lakers team that had those three stars playing 26 minutes plus. Sometimes I think we overestimate the fact or the effect, I guess, of coaching and play style and stuff. And I just look at that and think, I don't care what your play style is like. I don't care if it's an NBA Finals game, it's an NBA preseason game, if you're having a pickup game at our local Swisher, which we've now got in the city. I need to go and have a look at that and have a game there or something. Looks like a great new facility there for any Hobartians that want to have a bit of a game of basketball. But I don't care where it's at, what it is, how just talent, and talent should override everything. And I just don't understand how that happens, really. Do you have some thoughts on this? Because the other thing I wanted to bring up was, do we ever get to a point, I just spoke about not trying there, and then the following day I see the Hornets get absolutely blown out by the Mavericks by 68 points. And I just wonder, because I'm a pretty competitive person, and I feel like most of the times I go out in a competitive sporting event or stage or whatever it is, that I try, even at all levels. I try and win because I'm just a competitive person. I mean, how do you lose by 68 points in any game of NBA basketball? I don't care if it's preseason, what it is. How does that happen? How do you lose by double digits to a team without Steph Curry, Draymond Green, when your best three players are playing 26 minutes plus? I don't know. Try and explain it to me.
Again, I'm a LeBron man, and I'm going to find a way to make this about LeBron. So, I think when I was talking to you this week, you said, "How are you going to do this?" And I was like, "Trust me, mate, I'll find a way." I put little stock into championship teams preseason myself, because I actually looked it up. So the Suns, who made the NBA Finals, were 0-4 in their preseason last season.
Yeah.
The Bucks 0-3, and I think Denver and stuff have been 1-4 this preseason. So I'm going to give them, I guess, a break in the way the fact that I think I can let them off the hook because they've earned the right to lose meaningless games. I've seen LeBron go to the mountaintop. I've seen Russ in the NBA Finals. I've seen AD win a championship. I think they've earned the right to do this. And the biggest thing is, I think it's the fact that this is probably the biggest chemistry experiment ever thrown together. I look at my Miami Heat. I think I think Kyle Lowry can seamlessly fit into anyone. PJ Tucker's not a big addition. He's not going to make a lot of trouble. Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, LeBron James. We know the fit is a big question. So I'm going to draw a lot of that to the fact that it's a big chemistry experiment, and they've earned the right to lose a few games first. I think it'll be a very rocky start because I think my big three, the Miami Heat back when we first formed, we started the season 8-9. And we still went to 4 straight NBA finals. So their greatness, I think, earns them the right. If it was a team that should fit well together, a team that plays, they like each other, and that does see them, there's nothing about it. And the game, they still lost to the Kings yesterday, but LeBron 30 points, Russell Westbrook's turnovers were below 9 this time, and I think that if it's going to, something like this is going to take time. But my biggest worry around the Lakers is their injuries already. Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, Wayne Ellington. So they're day to day, but still, it's just annoying because you're trying to build chemistry and they're already out. Yeah. THD is probably one of their better players. He's out for a month, I believe, and Ariza's out for 2 months. I'd be worried more about their depth at this stage rather than a few meaningless games in there. So,
but this is meaningful because is it a surprise? So one I spoke about on Tuesday night. You can talk about it at a team chemistry aspect. I get it, but will they ever get it? I mean, I know you spoke about the fact that it's LeBron. He'll work it out. I just want to reiterate, Russ just doesn't work with this team. He just doesn't. And I just think that the whole point of them getting him is an insurance policy of we can ease LeBron and AD through the regular season a bit easier when we've got Russ on board, who we know Russ can take a bunch of scrubs and win some games. He can. Like I spoke about it last episode, he can get a team like that to an 8 seed. Now you've got obviously LeBron and AD on top of that. Now, I think that's why they got him. He just doesn't fit from a basketball standpoint. We'll wait and see and whatever else, but he just doesn't fit. And also the fact you're talking about all these injuries, is it a surprise when 80% of their blokes are 32 and above? Like, is it a surprise? Like, why are we surprised about that? And I don't think we should be using that as an excuse. That to me is, how about you get younger players, more fit and healthier players around? Like, I mean, THT is one of the guys that's injured. Like, he's a young guy, I get it. But Ariza, Ellington, all these, like, they're over 32 years of age. Your body is going to start breaking down, especially when you're not LeBron James. Like, there are players that are going to do this. So, I don't really want to hear the injury excuses because this is the team that you put around LeBron and AD in the offseason. You should have expected this, that we've got an older team where injuries are probably going to play a factor. So I don't want to hear that as an excuse, to be honest.
I've followed every LeBron team, and it's LeBron James. He's the most popular player in the NBA. Anything that comes with his teams, and I know there'll be big trade rumors, and whoever starts playing badly, there'll be trade rumors in there. So I'm not going to put too much stock into it. Until I see him lose in the playoffs. Okay. I'm not going to.
So even if the Lakers are like 20 and 30 after 50 games, you're just going to be like.
I've seen him do it, and okay. I'll see him do it again. And if you agree, I'm a big LeBron stan, and God knows how you feel about LeBron. But if you were going to trust anybody in the league to do this, it'd be him. No,
that's fair enough. I get that, but yeah, I just think they're 0-6 in preseason. Russ isn't a good fit. They've got guys getting injured and they're going to continue to have that because they're just an old team. So.
But you've seen the NBA like after the first few. I remember like style last season, like the Kings and the Cavs are like making the playoffs and shoot like the best teams are down. Like Denver, I think, were like 12th, and we'll see how that turns. So I'm not going to put. Can I have my? But,
I'm going to go the complete opposite way. I'm going to go the complete opposite way to what you said. You're being very conservative. You're waiting to see what happens, and I think that's the right approach. If I'm being totally honest, but you do like a hot take, so I'm going to provide you one with this episode.
Oofed.
My hot take of the episode, probably my hot take of the preseason maybe, is Russell Westbrook will not be a Laker by the end of the season.
Wow.
I think this fit is atrocious, and I think we're going to get to a point where LeBron is like... Because right now, I'm being dead set serious about this. if I had to go into a game tomorrow, and this will sound blasphemous, I understand. If I had to go into a game tomorrow and I'm LeBron James, and you had to ask me, this is like, I need to win this game, would I rather Russell Westbrook or Kentavious Caldwell-Pope? I might take KCP. He's just he's a better fit. He's a better fit.
No.
He can stand in a corner. He doesn't need the ball in his hands. He can stand in the corner and he can shoot the three. That's what he can do. And then on the defensive end, because we talk about the lack of cohesion and the lack of fit on the offensive end with Russ, he's basically forcing AD to play at the 5. AD does not want to play at the 5, but he understands that because Russ has come in, he looks at Russ and thinks, I have to play at the 5 now because of you and you only. Like, that is the only reason he's playing at the 5. And then on the defensive end, the Lakers won that championship. You would know, the Lakers won that championship a couple of years ago on the back of defense. They were the best defensive team in the league. You take KCP, you take Caruso out of that defense, and you replace them with Russ. There was a footage the other day I saw of Russ. It was so funny. He was guarding Damian Lee. Damian Lee moved, this is from the game on Wednesday, they lost by double digits, and no wonder they did, because there was footage, and it was in slow motion, it looked fantastic, it was so funny. I think I said it to the group chat, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you said,
did you watch
I know
that?
This one.
When
I did.
Russ was guarding Damian Lee. Damian Lee moves off ball to the kind of the top of the perimeter. Russ is in like the mid-post area, and he just stands there for what seemed like an eternity, like absolutely frozen on the spot. Then he finally, after a while, decides to move and tries to run out to Damian Lee. Damian Lee catches the ball. Russ tries to close out. Absolutely gets done on this pump fake. Looked stupid. And then Damian Lee takes a couple of dribbles around him and pulls up for a mid-range jumper and nails it. And I was just like, this is the defense we're going to get from Russell Westbrook? Like, this is not good. And it was funny, but it was also, like, serious. Like, this guy just has never really been a good defender. And this is a team that based their championship year a couple of seasons ago on defense. So
I don't think Russell Westbrook, you just talked about how he's a floor raiser. I don't think you can expend that much energy on offense, getting those rebounds, driving and stuff, and still play
stop
top
getting
level defense.
rebounds. No one cares that you get double-digit rebounds. Instead of, play better defense and get 3 or 4 rebounds, rather than worrying about, I need to crash the glass here so I can get my triple-double. Like, I like Russell Westbrook. I just don't think he's a fit with this team, and I don't think we talked about him being a floor raiser. He's not a ceiling raiser. He doesn't take... This team, to me, is just as good without Russell Westbrook as it is with Russell Westbrook, is my point.
I'd have to push back. I'd fear LeBron and Russell Westbrook before I fear LeBron and KCP. And
Sorry, it seems funny now that you say it back to me, but I'm not kind of serious about this.
No, I'll push heavily back on that one as well. My two main reasons is because I've seen Westbrook get his, to lack of a better term, get his shit together. I saw him 3-1 up on your 73-9 Warriors. I saw him get his shit together with great players. I've seen LeBron turn... Kyrie Irving, we've talked about this whole thing. I've seen LeBron turn him into a winner. And I think there's something... tell me if I'm being outrageous. There's something about being LeBron and the team that you're on, especially with veterans. They just get their shit together. Dwight Howard and Rondo and all these... Like, Rondo... I've sometimes forgot Rondo was in the league last year when he was playing for Hawks and Clippers. I completely forgot. And then he comes... I've only seen him in a few preseason games. I remember him in the bubble, how well he looked. People just get their shit together with LeBron. And I think as I said, I'm very happy to be late to this. But I've seen Russell Westbrook get his shit together, and I've seen LeBron turn people into champions, and I'm going to back them.
All right, you can be late to it. I'm going to be early to it. Russell Westbrook will not be a Laker by the end of this season.